I don't know. Shall I play these videos again? Good poo. I didn't go for a poo. I went for a wee. If I went for a poo, I'd say. Right, we're going to play this video again. Trigger warning. Can we have all the trigger warnings, guys? If I get bananaed, I will be on Delusive Angie 1 account. Okay, let me, 1 sec, get into this phone. We'll play it again if no one has heard it. Trigger warning for everybody, guys. So this is how it started. Oh, wait a minute.
It's happening. He's getting his windows are going in again. So I went out onto my balcony. Next thing, what do I hear? You dirty peddler! I've came all the way down here to find you, and now I'm going to let the whole of this block know that who you were. I was like, what? And she was like, yes, he done it to his son and everything. Am I lying, Kathleen? You're not lying, darling. It was a good
sounds like a TikTok live.
Well, I listen. Do you know what my plans is now? Because now that I know that he is there, and it didn't make it made sense to me why he keeps getting attacked, yeah. And then you know the way when them people get out of jail, Alex. Where did he always get situated? What did he always get situated beside? And this is how I know he's definitely one. He only moved in right after me, yeah, about 3 months after me, and I live right.
So that's how it started, right? She's got Pedlo in a neighbourhood or neighbour. Okay, so this is the video, guys. Trigger warning, guys. It's a bit muffled at the beginning, right? Someone's got. Wait a minute.
Good evening. Did you enjoy your nap? No.
It gets better, 1 sec. So, nothing to see.
Oh, you've gone in, haven't you? Have you any fun? I know, you know where she's my 19-year-old niece. It's my 19.
Big screen. Okay, 1 sec.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I'm all right, Charlie.
I'm fine, Mary. Are you okay?
Yeah, I did today.
Oh, did you enjoy your meal?
You've been shoplifting again, Mary.
Yeah, I beat today, sir.
Oh, have you?
I'm taking care of today.
Oh, shame.
It's a bit muffled at the moment, at the minute, but wait.
Well, baby, stick off.
My baby's smelling with rat.
That chair was with a pedal. We're going to clean it up.
Today. Very well.
Who's not well?
No, she gets better soon. Do you know Kelly's chair, Miriam?
Yeah.
It smells of tears and crab paste.
Mary, you know what? You and Toni are sweet, you know.
Okay. There you go. So that's the video, guys. So basically, Toni Jade said there's essentially the chair, it's the neighbour's chair, is a pedalo, and the Toni Jade, which is Alex's girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, turned around and said it was all sticky. Kelly turned around and said, yeah, it's all sticky. I had to clean it. And Alex turned around and said it smells like tears and crab paste. Is that correct? I don't know what that means, but there you go. That's basically what happened. So sorry for it is a trigger warning. Apparently, a few people had to phone the crisis team because they were very affected by it. I don't have children. I was quite affected by it. Listen, I say a lot of shit, do you know what I mean? But I don't go there in regards to kids. That's not dark humour. But according to Alex, it has been twisted. So he said he's going to go live. I don't know when. And to explain that, I don't know how he's going to explain that. But he has said it has been twisted. So, yeah. who's mocking victims. Well, we're going to see what Alex has to say for himself, really. I don't know when he's going to go live. Okay, I've got loads of people in the box. I don't know if this is about... Guys, we're not talking about the Kaz situation now. Let's just put people in the box. Give me a sec, 1 sec. Hi, 1 sec. One more person in the box. Okay, let me just change this view. Right. Who's got the TV on? Someone's got a TV on. Can we turn that down? Oh, someone is actually snoring. Who the hell is snoring? For God's sake. Right. Hi, Carl Price. You okay?
Yeah, afternoon, Angie.
Afternoon. How are you?
I'm all right, thank
Guys,
you.
we're not talking about the Kaz situation. We've spoken about that for 3 hours now. We're talking about the Alex, the what's her name? Toni, Jade, and Kelly situation. Hiya, Carl. Hi, Carl. Oh, hi, Sonia. What's going on, guys? Guys, if you want to get in the box here, can you please
Angie.
you unmute yourself? Hiya.
Hi, so I was requesting when all that was going on before, but obviously just last thing to say about Alex and stuff is that we seem to give some conversations aren't meant to happen at all, and some conversations should be around the kitchen table. And I'm finding that, TikTok is a toxic place where everyone just thinks that it's a free for all. And I feel as if just going off, from the conversation that I've had today and I've heard today is that I just feel as if everyone could do a lot better. And I just feel as if people are going to be triggered. There's some of us that don't watch television. We come on our phones just to distract ourselves. Yes, we always should be responsible for our triggers, but you don't know what's going to happen next. But partly, for somebody who's got anxiety and has recently gone through some traumas as well, I find myself being on my phone just to distract myself. I can't concentrate on anything. So sometimes I just got to scroll on. But at the same time, it's very hard to not know what's going to happen next. And I just feel it's just going off the last conversations. I think we shouldn't be supporting any of these people. I think we should raise awareness on people like Alex, say it's wrong, and then ditch them for a year, at least a year. Don't give them any platforms. Yes, it's good to have conversations.
Unfortunately, some people do get views from a really bad situation. And you could talk about me, that's fine. I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
And I sometimes feel with Kelly, and with Kelly especially, I think she's trying to be controversial. I feel she's trying to be like me in some ways and say controversial stuff. But the difference with me and Kelly, I would never go down with the children. Listen, I talk about parenting. Absolutely. I'm not going to lie. I have spoken about parenting, but I'll never go in the lines of talking about children in that kind of way.
I appreciate you because you are just holding a space for these conversations to happen. Yes, we all make mistakes and we've got lots of our own problems and stuff. But I just feel as a collective, we need to be doing things to move forward as a society. Yes, yeah. It's good to there's two types of people in the world. People who turn around and say, oh, that's life. Or just people who turn around and say, that is not good enough. We can do better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Cooper.
Hi, Angie, all right. What I don't understand is how can you have so much energy about this PLM group, but then you literally live above Pedlo? Do you know what I mean? Why are you not out there screaming at this person's door instead of sitting there screaming at people on the internet that actually aren't Pedlos? Like, I don't understand this woman's energy. She wants to give it 10. Oh, you're this, you're that. Being one of them people she's aimed it at. I explained yesterday what she did to me and what encouraged me to be in the place I was. So go out your front door, Kelly. Go and knock the man's door and have it out with him. I wouldn't even take the chair back if that's what you're saying about that chair. I literally would set that chair on fire. So don't run around the app calling people a P if you're not going to have that same energy for your neighbour. That's all that comes to it. I don't agree with what was said. I'm not watching what was said. I've heard bits of it. But this is two adults who are supposedly out there trying to protect children, doing all these awareness lives, putting up posters, screaming the most, yet want to make sick jokes like they did. Like, what kind of people is that? Is this the kind of people that people want to support on the internet, that they want to gift, that they want to be, oh, wow, he's actually a good person, he's done wrongs. In the matter of 6 months, he's done 2 wrongs. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've not got the biggest, you know, mind space for him. You know, he called me a common dominator when everything kicked off. So I'm sorry, but you're the dominator in all of this. You're sitting with a person that supposedly got PLM off the app, but have still sat in the server. It just doesn't make sense to me. I know for a fact if my neighbour was one of those, trust me, that neighbour would be carried out in a bag. So I just don't understand why she's not having the same energy for the neighbour. And is this not the same neighbour that she got Christmas presents off, of Victoria's Secret underwear, and accept dinner off?
Really?
The reason I say Victoria's Secret is because I don't want to say the S word, you know. I'm doing it in a more polite way. But do you know what I mean? Like, is this the same neighbour that she's actually engaging with?
Is it the same neighbour then?
I don't know. This is what I'm asking. Is it the same neighbour?
Well, she's just going to turn around and say, no, it isn't.
I just don't believe anything that comes out of my mouth. Like I said, I've had 4 years of it off her to call me a P. Well, unfortunately, you live above a P. So let's go there. Your neighbour is a P, and you're quite happily to take your chair back in that you threw off the balcony and cleaned up. So what does that say about you? That's my thoughts on it anyway.
Very, very true. I don't think I'd be keeping it. Hi,
So,
Copper, Billy.
Hello, Angie, all right? So there's a couple of points I just want to make here. Is that one, this bloke wanted to dox me a few months ago. I do apologise for the wind, by the way. This bloke wanted to dox me a few months ago. Yet this bloke has gone at people for talking about kids left, right and centre and stuff like that, but then proceeds to make a joke like this, yeah? And also, can I point out, why has it taken Chloe so long to drop this information when this should have been dropped when she first heard it or first found out? So is this a point that because she's now falling out with him, she's now dropping information?
no, Billy, it was last night.
It was on the live last night.
It was last night.
Right, so this was last night, yeah? So this is another thing, yeah? So this is saying, I can guarantee you, these were jokes that would have also been made in private chats. I can almost guarantee you that, because if you'll say it online, the chances are you're going to say it in a private chat, if not worse. And that is the fact. But at the end of the day, these people have stood by him, and the multiple people have said, listen, there is something wrong here. There is something wrong. There is something not right. It's narcissistic. And as I've got to second guess Cooper, what she said there. How can you protest going at PLM and the likes of that for so long when actually you're going to say stuff like that on a live platform?
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't make sense, does it?
I mean, to have that in your head, I mean, ain't right in any aspect anyway, whether you're a fucking comedian or not. But to have that in your head is not an aspect.
Billy. I said it before, Billy. It's okay if you're saying about an adult. You don't say that about
Yeah. And this is my point, like, if you're going for the pedalo in themselves and you're going for the pedalo, that's absolutely fine, but you don't go for the person that's been abused by the pedalo.
You don't go for the children.
Yeah, and this is my whole point of it. It's like, this bloke has been like this for long, and listen, I ain't going to keep my mouth shut, and when I come back next week, I have a fucking lot to say, but I'm just not going to ruin my holiday for all this bullshit. But let me tell you now, what I see about a lot of people on this app, and sorry, someone just said Chloe called it straight away. Well, obviously she didn't, because she was his best fucking friend for quite a long time.
No, what happened, Billy, there was a live last night. There was a private live between Kelly, Toni Jade and Alex, and it was recorded, and as soon as it was recorded, it was pulled up. So literally within a moment, like within minutes, that was aired.
Yeah, but are you telling me seriously that none of these people have heard these similar jokes in a private chat?
I don't think as bad as that.
See, I'm sorry, I've got to disagree, because I believe private chats and that are absolutely worse than what people project on it. And I'm not saying Chloe isn't, I'm not saying she's horrible or anything like that. It's just the point I wanted to make out. But like, she was friends with him long enough, and I'm sorry, people that know this stuff, things have gone in the private chats where maybe stuff like this have been said before, maybe not to this extent, but stuff along the similar lines would have been said like this before that could have been called out, but it wasn't. I can almost guarantee it. Like, anyone's WhatsApp chat got released now, it would cause absolute fucking carnage. And listen, fair play to Chloe for fucking dropping it all out there, because she's obviously been waiting for a moment. So fair play to her. But that's literally just the point I wanted to make out, innit? Can I ask?
What? No, well, when you said tears, is that when a kid's crying? The tear bit.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Yeah, I was just wondering when he said the statement, when he said it's got tears, and when he said tears, is that?
Yeah. I have a child. Yeah.
Can I ask something?
That is sick. That's being sick.
Just out of curiosity, how do we know? I'm not sitting there saying nothing, but I'm just saying, how do we know that the downstairs neighbour is actually a peddler?
Well, you don't, innit? That's the thing. You've got to take someone's word. No one knows.
Because then that's the only next thing is obviously you could be putting that sort of thing onto somebody that's not actually anything to do with that, and that is a bad thing in itself as well, isn't it?
Well, this is my point. It's like, the thing is, we can all say, yeah, like one of us could sit here and say, now, well, my downstairs or my next door neighbour or this person on the street is this. But no one knows that unless you give a name out and you can search that. Or if you're in the area and you're worried, let's say, about a certain person and there is a person that lives there, then you can get that information. Other than that, we ain't got a clue.
Hello. Someone has put it was about Callie, not a child. This guy's a peddler goes for children. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it was about Callie. Callie's a child, you mean? Because a peddler...
Whatever's been said is completely wrong, 100%. But I was just wondering, is there any proof that
the thing is, though, Alfie, right? The thing is, Alfie, right? Alex did say he was going for Callie. He was picking on Callie. But it doesn't matter. Callie as a child, for example, yeah? You're still a child. You go for that one child. You go for every children. You go for every child.
Yeah, it's still sick to sit there and say those things because obviously it's fucking awful to sit there and think.
I'm not going to lie. I don't think he was going for Callie because that shit...
He wasn't...
That guy, yeah, has nothing to do with Callie. It's a neighbour. Mm-hmm. Neighbour. So how can you be saying, well, I'm picking on Callie? I don't get it because that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Kelly's also said that she doesn't now she understands why the guy's door always kicked off and the windows was always put through. So now she's saying that, it's never been mentioned before on her lives that she thinks that this guy is this. But all of a sudden now, because Alex is around, whether it's a dark humour joke or not, it's not something that it should be brought into a conversation. But Kelly stated that the neighbour has had windows put through, doors kicked off. But like I said, if this person was a P, why is she not protesting outside his house?
Amen. Thank you. I was just going to say the same
I was watching
thing.
Chloe's live. Apparently she's known for months about him. So I don't think she's just found out.
Listen, if any of your neighbours, were constantly having their windows smashed in or their doors kicked in, anyone would question why, whether it be because they've mugged someone, robbed someone, whether they've done something ungodly. We would all question why their windows constantly keep being smashed in, no?
Yeah, definitely.
And I suppose in the same breath, if you was a survivor of that sort of stuff and you knew that there was somebody in close proximity that was charged of that sort of stuff, you'd sort of you wouldn't want to live there anyway, would you?
Amen. You'll try your best to get out of that situation or do anything to get them away from the situation.
Yeah, I'm not saying that she's lying about anything. But yeah, like there's just certain protocols that you put in place to sort of get yourself away from that sort of situation.
This is what I don't understand, because she screamed so much regarding a previous relationship and had to move. So why are you not moving from somebody that you've got this, vendetta against? You're the biggest one on the app to scream about these.
And you certainly wouldn't be making jokes about it. Oh, I live.
Guys, how many people did it affect?
A lot, and there was so many.
I'm not going to say who it is, but this person's daughter was affected by what Kelly had said.
Yeah, there was quite a lot in Chloe's chat that was affected, and the number is there on Angie's poll if anybody is struggling. But yeah, there was I was watching the chat yesterday, and so many were saying that I've been affected by it. And people don't realise what they say on this app does affect your life.
No, we were laughing about it today, Cooper. I don't know about Alex if he was in there, but Kelly was laughing in her live today. So it was fun.
But she was laughing?
Yeah, she was laughing.
Who was with Kelly when it happened? Because she with somebody else?
Alex and Toni Jade.
Oh, what, she was actually with them in person?
No, on a live, on her private live, but it got out.
Okay.
So this is another thing I don't understand. As parents, you wouldn't joke about something like that. What is your mentality to talk about comments like that about a chair, about tears, about certain stuff on the chair? You just wouldn't do it. Well, like they say, there's dark humour and there's sick in the head.
Yeah, if it had affected you, you'd turn around and say, well, listen, I've been through that. Don't make that fucking joke.
Exactly.
to be
she's
honest,
the
I
one that
completely
screams.
agree with
I
everything.
They need to come on and apologise.
Yeah, I
They,
agree. To be honest,
they're not apologising.
I think everyone needs to give Angie a bit of credit here, because she did say, didn't you, Ange, about Irish Kelly? You warned people. You warned people that Alex would be the downfall of Miss Red. Now, Miss Red's got a live coming Sunday. How is she going to explain this away? Alex can't. He referenced tears and crab paste. That can't be taken out of context. And everything Billy has said, I stand by 100%. If things are being said on live, imagine what's being said behind the scenes. And the rate, what Alex done, putting people's faces on pedlos. Like, who thinks of that to do that? Like, that's twisted.
Yeah, but it's even worse to sit there
Me and Alex have squashed things regarding that, but I didn't understand that. Why?
Yeah, but just as a whole, Angie, like,
when you
Alex
think
as a whole, everything he's done surrounding that and what he said as well last night, it's just, he's tapped in the head. And I actually started to feel a bit sorry for him when he was saying, like, he's getting all the hate and he was crying. I thought, do you know what? Maybe, like, he's got a little bit too much hate for, maybe he's not doing much. But, I mean, take last night, throw that completely out the window. He deserves everything that he's getting at the moment. You can't explain that. No chance.
If he feels safe to sit there and say it behind a private live, I mean, even though it's a private live, there's still a hell of a lot of people.
Apparently, it wasn't even private. The live was it not private?
Guys,
It wasn't even private, no.
One second, can I just say, Kelly, I don't know her username, but if she's in here, she can get in the box. No, I don't care if you don't get in the box, because I did get a video saying that I really want you in the box. I don't care whether you get in or you don't get in. I'm really not that bothered. But I am quite fair. If you want to have your say in regards to why you think that's quite funny, especially with what you've been telling everyone as to what happened to you. I'm going to have to question everything you've heard, Kelly. I'm not going to lie. And I don't care what anyone says right now. I will question everything that you've told everybody on here.
And to be honest, Ange, I'm not going to lie to you, from a person that knows best, trust me, question absolutely every fucking single person around you. Trust absolutely nobody, because I can guarantee you they're all going to shit on you and they're all going to try and fuck you over in one way or another, or they're all going to try and use you to cover up themselves. It's a well-known fucking fact. It's what people do.
Anyone can get in the box, guys. Anyone can get in the box.
Yeah, get Kelly in the box, Ange.
He's welcome in the box if he wants to.
The video that I see, it was Kelly saying that it was her chair that had been chucked over a balcony or something like that, and then it was downstairs with the neighbour that was the whatever, and then that's when the other person chimed in saying, "Oh, it's got all this stuff on it," which is obviously, everybody's not thick, everybody's not stupid. You know what them comments mean. You know, it's and if you're in that proximity to somebody like that, and you know that's going on, it's obviously, and then somebody makes a joke about it, it's gonna. Can
I just say something, Kelly? Because I know that you're in the live. I know that you want to kind of be a little bit like me, a bit controversial and things and all this shit, because I've noticed things. People have said this to me. You know, you want to try and build a platform for yourself and all this by being a bit like, controversial like me. But there's one thing I don't do, Kelly, and that's cross that line and talk about children. I might talk about parenting. Yes, I do. But I don't talk about children like that. Never.
And this is what I'm saying, it's okay to hit a point and talk about the parents and stuff like that, the adults, but just leave kids away from it. Like, anyone that says anything about kids, and it doesn't matter if it's good or bad, gets fucking blasted on this app, because kids should never be brought into it, right or wrong, should never ever be brought into it.
He's probably thinking this is a way to build a platform and to get, unfortunately, the wrong uns, as we all know, get the views.
Unfortunately so, and it's always been the way and proven on this app.
Hiya, Chloe.
You're right, Ange. Yeah, just to like a few of the comments saying, oh, everybody's using you, Ange. I have no interest in using Angie whatsoever. Like, I have my own live that I can go on, which I went on last night. Angie obviously heard about it and then decided to spread the awareness as well. At the end of the day, what difference does it actually make who is speaking to who at this moment in time when we're all raising awareness about this important thing? Like, so I just
say, even if I was friends with Kelly, I'd say the same thing. And I then say, yes, me and Chloe, we don't see eye to eye, but we're not talking about me and Chloe. We're talking about something quite serious.
And I've got to amen what Chloe just said there. It doesn't matter if it was a private live or if it was a public live. The matter of the fact is, what was said was said.
Exactly. I just wanted to clear that up because, like Angie said, we don't always get on, but I do think that the more people talk about it, the better. And Angie's got a big platform. She's got a lot of support, so, well done, Angie, for raising the awareness as well. The more people speak about it, the better. Yeah, so he did respond to it, Lindsay. He said that he didn't mean it in that way and that he was referring to Kelly with the tears. But we said, like, how would... That doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't make sense, though, Chloe. This guy's
No, it
not
doesn't.
Kelly, it's a neighbour. A pedlo is to do with children. So even if he was, talking about Kelly, he's talking about her when she was little then. It's still the same.
But hang
And
on,
big up to you, Chloe, for actually streaming it, playing it, whatever you've done. And big up for you for actually doing that at the time. Like, props to you on that one.
Well, listen, I'm not doing it to get any recognition. At the end of the day, I would have done this if I was friends with Alex or if I wasn't, because at the end of the day, there's some things that you just can't let go. There's a lot of things with Alex that I've chose not to get involved in. You know, I didn't want to get involved in petty stuff. But at the end of the day, something like this is actually quite serious. So it's just about making people aware. And, you know, especially somebody like Kelly, who is a professional victim in my eyes, you know, who claimed
You know what, Chloe? I know what she said that she's been through when she was little. I'm going to have to question that. I'm sorry, I have to question that. And that sounds awful for me to be doing that. But how can someone be sitting there laughing and saying what she said and saying that happened to her? No,
I mean, I find it, I think it is, this is the difficult thing, and it is if you know, I'm not saying she went for it or she didn't. I'm not going to make that judgment. But I think that if something like that can come out of your mouth about a peddalo, then it I don't know, it raises questions, I suppose.
This is the woman, though, Chloe, that's always going on about PLM. You know, the pedlos and PLM.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, well, we know that.
And are any of these three parents? So Alex, I think, has got a little one. Does Kelly and Toni Jade have kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's absolutely disgusting.
Those who protest emotion.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the kids.
No, I don't.
No. It's just obviously for them to laugh about something like that is just disgusting in my eyes.
Yeah.
You know, if Alex, let's be honest though, let's be real with Alex. So if Alex had heard this, then he would be the first person to fire up a 12-hour live and talk about it.
Well, we could give instances for that, for example.
Well, this is what I'm saying. So we're not going to make any excuses because he's Alex. At the end of the day, what was said was absolutely disgusting. The fact it triggered hundreds of people is just disgusting. I just got no words for the fact that people were ringing crisis lines and everything else. I just think...
I got a message just 2 minutes ago to say that I'm not going to name the person, that her daughter was triggered and an ambulance was called.
Yeah, I got that message as well, Ange.
What's that,
Well,
Ange? Sorry, say that
had
again.
a message as well saying to remind you all.
2 secs. Say that again, Ange.
I got a message from, I'm not going to name the person, to say that her daughter was so affected an ambulance was called.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've just been told to remind you all that we've actually been, all of us have been called wrong uns now for thinking this way. So originally it was just our network, when it, Chloe, just asked as a group. But obviously now you lot are all thinking it, then obviously it should label everybody then, because if we think bad on it, then so should everybody.
How are we vile for thinking? We're not thinking.
I don't know. That's just what's being labelled.
Everyone is entitled to their different opinions, and whether we think it's right or wrong, no one's opinion is wrong. We can all have a very different opinion and we don't have to agree on it. And this is the issue with this app. If you get a totally different opinion to everyone else, that is it. You're fucking awful, you're nasty, you're this, you're that. You're branded everything under the sun because you have a different opinion. And it's fucking ludicrous.
Yeah.
And apparently Kelly was laughing on her live.
She was laughing.
She was. They all were. Can we also mention how Kelly claims that her own family are actually in the middle of going through this as well?
Which family's that?
Her sister.
Sister's one or her sister?
Her sister too.
I'm sorry, Tink.
No,
but the thing is, so Ange, with fucking Kelly, it's always worse with her. It's like a competition. Oh, I've got this bad mental health, and like it's always a competition of like what's the worst.
Kelly gives her own mental health.
Shit.
I'm also being told to make you all aware that most of his friends have just walked away from him as well.
And Alex is
behind the scenes.
Alex is threatening me, like, oh, I've got your card mark, Chloe, and all the rest in this.
Wow.
And he's gonna, and I couldn't care less, Alex, because anything I've said to you is nothing that I wouldn't say on the app. But there's things that you've said to me that I could also come to the app with. But, you know, where does it end? Like, so what? Because you've done something wrong, you're now going to target me because I've outed it, or I've spoken about it as such. Like, I'm not going to play games with you, Alex.
Yeah, it seems, I don't understand why she was even laughing about it. It seems like she's thinking, oh, you know, I'm going to get the views now. I don't know why she would joke about that. Then she
Do you know what though, Ange? I think what it was as well is she was on a private live. So I don't think she thought that many people was going to hear it. I actually don't believe they think they've said anything wrong, which is the really worrying part of it.
No.
I think
she's been live today or something, hasn't she, this morning, saying that she's done literally nothing wrong.
Can I just say, I probably shouldn't have questioned what Kelly's been through as a kid. I probably shouldn't have done that, but I'm sorry, but sometimes we've got to question people because the people that have been through that should know that is not a joke. That's not something you laugh at. Do you get what I'm saying?
It's just a very strange thing to come out with if you have been in that situation before.
Yeah.
You know, that would so easily come into your...
Questions that, but it's just wild thing to say.
It's just, I don't know, it's just crazy.
It's messed up. It's crazy.
Yeah, I just can't even see how you can defend it. I really can't. I don't care what anybody says. You just can't defend it.
At all.
Yeah, Toni Jade is in the live. Does she want to get in the box?
No, she won't get in the box.
Anxiety because of the shit they've done wrong. Because isn't it funny, when people have done wrong, they've got too much anxiety to get in a fucking live.
Can we say though, it was Toni Jade that started the comments though, and then it was Kelly, and then it was Alex.
Yeah, but just if Chloe started their comment, I'm not going to repeat it.
No. And why did nobody sit there and say, hang on a minute, hang on? Do you know what I mean? Like, nobody said a word, which I find even more bizarre.
No.
You know,
I know
so...
Alex is going to go live at some point to explain the situation. And I know that he said it was a thing to Kelly, but it still doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I say it's more from our side. Like, obviously, there's somebody wrote in the comments saying who exactly has walked away from him. Obviously, the big creators probably aren't. You know, we know how that goes. But from our side, like Chloe's side as well, most of us have. Yeah, we're done.
And the thing is with Kelly, like she was laughing last night saying, oh, look at them all crying, making themselves victims, when people were actually crying because it had brought up their childhood trauma.
Like what happens when it happens to her and she gets affected and then she gets upset and then because it's her, everyone has to feel sorry for her.
I just think it's crazy.
I question everything she says. You know, she's just a liar. You know, about everything. So
it took me a while to wake up to her. I saw the light in the end. It took me a long time.
And to come on a live and say I've SH'd because of you, pretty much in those words, you know, to blame one particular person for that, I think is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. Guys, there's a Samaritan's number support lines at the bottom.
Right, listen, I need to jump out, but cheers for letting me up, Ange.
All right then, thank you.
See you later, Billy.
See you later, Claire.
See you later, love.
Laughing on the other side of their feed.
I mean, she always says that karma's going to come to everybody else, blah, blah, blah. But it looks like karma's come to her for her own actions.
Carla's put, Tinky were best mates with her 2 weeks ago. Yes, but she only said this, what was it, 2 nights ago? Or was
this
it
was last night, Ange. It was last night.
Last night. And if everyone actually does follow, I haven't been in Cal's lives and Cal's boxes. I walked away from Cal, well, pretty much not long after.
She's actually treated Tink really badly.
Yeah.
But can we also say it's not on Tink or Miss J or MT or anyone to, you know, have any hate for what someone else has said. It's on them, nobody else. Like, no one should come for their friends. If they've chosen to step away afterwards, you know, that's up to them. You know, it speaks volumes on their character. Like, no one should be going after, like, their circle.
Like, supports Kelly and all that shit, you know what I mean? I'm going to have to question them.
Well, I've got nothing to hide. I can sit here and tell you exactly why I walked away, because I wasn't being made to choose between two lots of friendship group because they were countering each other. I'm not about that. I'll be friends with who I want to be friends with, and I wasn't going to be screamed and shouted at and treated like crap because of it. And then after she found out my auntie died, she generally didn't give a shit, whereas everyone else did. I'm about who's there for me, not who's against me.
Do you think, guys, it's something to do with Alex, though? Listen, their relationship,
I say relationship, their friendship, I was led to believe via Alex off the app that he was only there because of Toni in defence for Cal, because obviously what happened between their off the app relationship. So I think their friendship's just grown from there, really. I do feel he's there for Toni and Toni only. I do think that.
I was wondering if her behaviour is something to do with Alex, because since Alex is, they've become quite close.
I don't know, Ange. Kelly's always been like. Kelly's. You was just going to say, cute. Kelly's always been like this.
Yeah.
Like Kelly has broken up friendship groups since the minute she's been on the app. And the thing is, she says, "Oh yeah, they come at me in packs." I've gone at Kelly on my own. Me and Kelly have had a feud for months and months and months because she doesn't like me, because she thought she could bully me and she couldn't do it, and I stood up to her on my own. And actually, I didn't get anybody involved. Everybody was like, "Oh, I don't want to get involved," and I stood up to Kelly by myself. So all this shit, like, "Oh, they can only come at me in packs," is a load of bollocks, because me and Kelly have been going at each other for the last 6-7 months.
She's threatened by Chloe. That's
in the last life, she turned around and said, "I speak to PLM every day." And I'm like, "Do I?" I mean,
I've had that for 4 years, Ange. Like,
hacking into my phone, because I really don't.
Ange, I'm not being funny. Ange, I'm not being funny, right? Like, obviously, we've said a lot of things to each other, but I have always said I don't think Angie's ever been in PLM. Like, obviously, we've all come to some stage where they've been in lives that we've been in, and that's just. Who do I fall out with then, Annette?
Me. Tell me. I know, I was just about to address some of these comments.
Hang on. Tell me.
I feel there's one denominator, though.
Tell me who I've fallen out with. Me and Angie, we've always fallen out, and then we speak, and then we fall out, and then we hate each other. That's a bit of a cycle.
Also, Alison, yes, Angie has called me and Chloe out a lot. At the same time, we're here to call out something that we actually all agree on for once, instead of there being two sides of rivalry. We're actually coming together to out something that's wrong. So it doesn't matter about past, it's about what's happening now.
Yeah, I think you're right, Tink. It just shows unity. Whatever beef you guys had previously or in the past or recently, it's all brushed aside for this one really serious matter.
Right.
Can I get Fake Freak in here? Because he's in the Fake Freak.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to hear your opinion on it, if that's okay.
Oh, I'll get him in. I love that.
I think he actually came into someone's live earlier and said he was going to speak on it at some point. I don't know whose live it was.
Right, okay. Okay, he doesn't want to come in. Okay, that's fine.
I think he's down the pub, wasn't he, Angie? He said he was going to the pub.
All right.
I don't blame him.
Hiya, Psycho Harley.
Hello, hon. Can I just very, very quickly, because I'm not very good at social timing, if I'm honest, can I just jump in quickly and say exactly what you guys have just been saying? Doesn't matter who likes who at this point, right? We don't all agree with what each other does on this app. Everybody has a platform. What these people have done yesterday is enough. Enough is enough. Having been a victim myself, enough is enough. We all need to stand together and shut these people fucking down.
Yeah.
And can I just say,
you know what I'm saying? There's a limit to stuff on this app, and that is enough.
And like I say, I've said a lot of shit, but the last week I have calmed down quite a lot. Do you know what I mean? And and I don't want to be that person anymore. And a lot of the things I used to say was just for a reaction. You know what I mean? But I've never spoke on children. I did with you, Tink, and I do apologise for that, by the way.
That's all right. Don't worry.
I've never gone across that.
And I think the thing with you is you see something going on and then you have your opinion about it, and sometimes that opinion might be a little bit harsh. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Obviously, there was lots of things being said about me, and that social services took my son and all this and that, and none of that was true. And I wish that I could have actually had a conversation with you rather than it just going from live to live. Do you know what I mean? Because I think
there was one denominator, right?
Sorry, I just want to jump in here, and you'll never think you'd hear this out of my mouth. I want to stick up for you here, Ange, because you did mess up, and the difference between you and Alex, you did deflect for a little bit, but you did come in and apologise, which is something Alex has never fucking done. He'll drag everyone down. He goes, he'll be friends with you, but the second you see what he's like and pull yourself away from him, he'll demonise you. He'll call you names. He'll go around telling everyone on the app about you. Kelly, I don't even know who you are, you absolute beast. And you said that I'm a wrong 'un and you're going to hunt me down and watch what you do to me. Well, you know where I am. I'm live every day. So if you've got a problem, love, come and see me. If anything, you and Alex are the wrong 'uns and I'll carry on calling you out. And there's absolutely fuck all you can do about it. And that's
Nancy,
about just as much as I wanted to say.
can I just say something to Nancy in the comments? Chloe likes anybody who slates Kelly. I don't know if you've like been watching, but I don't need anybody to slate Kelly. I have gone at Kelly on my own for the past 7 months. I don't need to be, impressed because somebody else doesn't like her. I couldn't care less. Do you know what I mean? It's not about that.
Alicia, you haven't missed 3 hours. Angie only started at 3.
Not about trying to get one up on someone. This is something serious that someone had said where it affected a lot of people.
Yeah. Also exposed. It's cheeky that she's calling you a beast. Yeah.
I was made aware of it. See, she's got loads of different accounts, and that one's private. Yeah, I don't really know her. She certainly doesn't fucking know me. And my mates come over to me and they went, "Irish Kelly's holding a live about you." I said, "Is she?" So I went over there. Obviously, I couldn't get in, but I could see it from the FYP point. Do you get what I mean? And do you know when people goes like sub chat? I could see it from that bit. So if I searched the name, I found her there. And she was saying, "She's a beast. Watch what I do. I'm gonna hunt her down and watch what I do to her." Well, Kelly, I'm here. I haven't gone nowhere. I've been live every day, sometimes 4 or 5 times a day. You've said nothing because you're the wrong one, love. You're the wrong one. And I'll expose your little friend all I like because he does it to plenty of women. He thinks he's funny. That he's an absolute horror. I can't stand him. He knows I can't stand him. And I'm not sitting here slagging him off, guys. I've said all this to his face. He bullies women and he thinks he's funny. And I'm not being funny, Alex. If that Irish Kelly's your friend, mate, then fuck me. Yeah, that says all we need to know about you, innit?
But her obsession,
I'm shocked with Kelly, of all people, because she's gone about PLM, the pedlos and PLM.
Thank you, Alison. The thing is, as well, she's obsessed with Alex. She's like, anything that happens with Alex, she's like, "Oh my God, you're all out of order turning on him. Oh, you're all meant to be his friends. Oh, this," like any argument that Alex gets into, she's there right behind him. Like it's a little bit obsessive, do you not think?
Can we take bets on how long it takes for Kelly to call Alex a stalker?
Actually,
I'd say less than that, but we're taking bets.
It's going to take Alex to come on live crying.
No, I think that'll be more Kelly.
Half an hour.
I do. I think that's going to be more Kelly, and then she's going to say that she's had an episode. She's going to blame everyone else for her episode because of what she's done, what's happened, and because we've talked about her all day, and then she's going to be given loads of gifts. She's going to put it
already
sub
done
only.
that, though. She's done that with me the other day. She's already done that.
Yeah, but I mean today, because obviously it's a lot worse today.
That she's affected. That had to
but when it comes to Cal, it doesn't matter who she affects. It's when you affect her, and it's always been. I actually put up a post about it earlier. Yesterday, didn't I, Chloe? Mental health only matters when it's at you. Cam touring only matters when you're doing it, not when it's back at you. Like you can't do anything back when it goes back at Cal because she doesn't like it. She cries.
I know. And that's the thing.
Make everyone feel sorry for her.
Oh my God, there's a wasp in my eyes.
Said people that keep going seem to be obsessed with a certain person or a certain thing. That keep going on about one thing. You've got to question it. Why are they constantly going on? This person's talking about kids. This pedlo, that pedlo. Constantly pedlo. You've got to question them. You know what I mean? I'm not implying anything, but you've got to question this. Is it connected? Are they for real? Because it just seems a bit too obsessive.
Yeah. Can I just respond to a comment, Juju? Listen, get used to it. I've had it for 4 years, as I said, and it's not going to be nothing new. It's either me, Chloe with a pink heart, Chloe with a black heart. Do you know what I mean? Everybody that seems to speak up against that is like, "Oh, she's my stalker, number one stalker." But she wasn't complaining when she was getting gifts when TikTok first started. Was it 2020? Like when it become high.
What Kelly doesn't understand is when you talk about people, especially me, because I didn't even know who you are, but I do now, and that's your fault because you were talking about me. You brought yourself into it, so there we go. And I still don't really know who you are. All I hear is bad things, to be honest, Kelly. But I'm here if you want to jump up and speak to me, love.
Do you know what? When I
expose, she's trying to be a big creator. She's trying to be a little bit like,
and she never will be.
Hang on,
and she has cancelled her.
she thinks that she's a big creator because she's puts like quotes on her page, and she had over 1 million views on one video the other day.
Yeah, but you can buy them though, can't you? Come on, make it make sense.
And then she was showing everybody on her live, look, I had 1 million views. I had 1 million, you get me? I had 1 million views.
Tear them all.
Yeah, but you don't have 1 million views when you're on going live. No, you have about 60 views.
It's like she sits there and says everyone else is stalking her, but yeah, I've had to literally go out when we were friends and block her own cam tours because she was getting new people in her box to cam 2 because they weren't being banned.
Hey, listen, this woman couldn't build up a platform if she tried because she's so paranoid. She fucking blocks everybody. She'll never be able to build up a following because she blocks everyone. Oh no, you're dodgy. You're from there. Oh, you got 1 follower. Nah, you're fucking stalking me.
Can I take a comment a minute? Everyone in the comments is asking which creators have obviously fucked Alex off now. Miss J and MT this morning said they were disappointed and they don't want nothing to do with him anymore. And I heard them say that with my own ears. So fingers crossed.
And then obviously mine and Chloe's side as well. They've completely walked away from him.
Do you know what? Let me tell you a funny story about Kelly. So this will make you laugh. So one time she was doing some battles, right? And she got a bit jealous because I got gifted an Interstellar that was meant to go to her, but it came to me instead. And she went on about it for weeks and weeks and weeks. But actually, I got 3 Interstellars off that person as well, which they were meant to be sent to me. So Kelly was worried about her 1 Interstellar that she didn't get, and she wanted me to send it back to her, right? So I said to her, look, if you're that bothered, I'll send it back to you. Anyway, she went on and on about it for weeks and weeks and weeks, like, to the point where it was literally...
This is very much becoming about your beef.
Carry on.
So someone's just said to me, what's Jeffrey's thoughts on this? Like, can we pull... Like,
I'll just finish the story because it's actually really funny. So, and then she started doing battles then because she started to get a little bit gift hungry. So she started doing battles, but she realised that nobody was in her live because she'd blocked them all. Like, there was nobody coming in her lives because they were blocked, to the point where she said to me, can you come over and help me go through my block list because I got no gifters.